私はお前様とかように死するくらいなら、千年生かされた方がましでござりまする。
Great.
Are you out of your mind? Welcome to the YouTube channel SAMURAIMAN's Journal. My name is Sukaroku, and I am a time machine created in the 24th century future. And this man wearing the SAMURAIMAN mask is named Kusunoki, a genuine samurai who time traveled here from the 17th century. Using my stealth function that allows me to transform into anything, I have transformed into a 21st century AI PC. And I am currently residing long-term in modern Japan alongside my master, SAMURAIMAN. One day, Kusunoki, also known as SAMURAIMAN, was watching the TV series Shogun with great fascination. After finishing the final episode, Kusunoki suddenly drew the sword at his waist and began rampaging.
I'd been waiting forever for the Battle of Sekigahara to finally kick off, and then it wrapped up without a single war scene.
According to interviews with the Shogun production team, they explained, the original novel also didn't depict the battle, and that's the essence of the work. Furthermore, many viewers responded that this drama focuses more on characters and human drama than action or spectacle. And positive reactions like I was satisfied even without the battle scenes or the mainstream.
Even if 8 billion viewers were cool with that, I can't accept it. It felt like they threw the pre-festival party and then told us the real festival got pushed to next year.
Master Kusunoki wanted to see the Battle of Sekigahara so badly, simply because you yourself fought in that battle 400 years ago, didn't you? Even if Shogun had depicted the Battle of Sekigahara, Master Kusunoki wouldn't have appeared in the show.
Even though I did so well in that war?
We have one announcement for our viewers. If you're interested in SAMURAIMAN's story, please check out the novel titled The Story of a Samurai That Went Sin-Nin. Once the English translation is complete, it will be available as an Amazon Kindle ebook. Remember the warlords who appeared in the TV series Shogun? They were all major figures who shaped Japanese history, weren't they? If they had given lines to every squad leader class samurai like you in Shogun, even if that TV series had run for 100 episodes, it still wouldn't have reached its conclusion.
Maybe I should just ask Hiroyuki Sanada to let me show up in season 2.
Before that, you don't know Hiroyuki Sanada's contact information, do you?
Who do you think I am? I'm a real samurai who actually fought in that battle 400 years ago. If I just audition, I'm absolutely sure I'll get the part.
Are you planning to introduce yourself as, I'm a samurai who time traveled here from the 17th century? I can only see a future where you get kicked out of the studio, with people saying,
where did this crazy guy come from?
But Season 1 of Shogun is a work highly praised even by people from the 24th century. So even if the Battle of Sekigahara wasn't depicted, there must have been other better scenes, right?
Come to think of it, the scene where Mariko and Buntaro sank into the way of tea and shared that soulful conversation was truly incredible.
私はお前様とかように死するくらいなら、千年生かされた方がましでござりまする。
Great.
Are you out of your mind? If Mariko and Buntaro had been here, you would have been cut and killed with a katana or naginata.
But that was a happy scene, wasn't it?
Seems your eyes are rotten. Or are your eyes on the back of your head?
From the perspective of the soul, the very fact that they could share a conversation like that while they were still married carries meaning.
Unfortunately, I am not installed with a soul, so I cannot understand what Master Kusunoki is saying at all.
But that was a good scene, wasn't it?
Indeed, it was a scene reminiscent of Jaen, who's usually a bully but becomes gentle in the movie version. But other than that, it was a rather dull scene. It felt like it took an oddly long time for Buntaro to serve just one cup of tea. Was he deliberately brewing it slowly to catch Mariko's attention?
Sukaroku, don't tell me you don't know what the way of tea is.
Big data in the 24th century doesn't record small, insignificant bits of information like the minor culture of some island nation at the far eastern edge of the world. Therefore, in this case, it should be interpreted not as Sukaroku doesn't know, but rather as the tea ceremony isn't that famous.
You're as proud as ever, man. But if that's the case, you should know it all the more. Japanese tea ceremony is genuinely fascinating. So hop onto the internet of this era and check it out.
I found Japan's way of tea surprisingly interesting, so I'd like to share that appeal with everyone here. The way of tea is a religion that venerates purity and elegance, an improvised drama structured around tea, flowers, and paintings. It could be called a sacred ritual where the host preparing the tea and the guests invited into the tea room collaborate to create the most sublime moment. The goal of the way of tea is to achieve harmony between all objects within the tea room and the actions and words of both the tea maker and the tea drinker. It is to become one with the natural beauty that emerges by eliminating all unnecessary elements.
Yeah, that's right.
Master Kusunoki, please refrain from interrupting with unnecessary comments during my explanation, as it distracts me. What the guest first experiences in the tea room is the space of beauty itself, meticulously staged by the host. And that space of beauty is meticulously designed to harmonize with the natural beauty of each season. After the guests' minds have naturally merged with the tea room's space in this way, the tea is brewed by the host of the tea ceremony through beautiful, meticulously refined movements that eliminate all unnecessary actions. In other words, the host does not merely serve tea to the guest. Guests walk from the waiting area through the garden path, purifying body and mind before entering the tea room. The host enters the tea room later, at the moment when the guests have fully savored the beautiful space. And sometimes the host would improvise the first half of a Japanese poetry in the 5-word, 7-word, 5-word format, and the guests would respond by composing the second half, consisting of 7-word lines, thus jointly creating a single Japanese poetry. Only after enjoying this elevated form of communication does the guest finally partake of the tea prepared by the host. In other words, the host strives to let guests savor the story from the moment they walk from the waiting area to the moment they drink the tea, as well as the beautiful space that is optimal for drinking a single cup of tea. And it is precisely this presentation how to depict this story that defines the host's individuality as a tea master.
Well, I guess that's true.
So right now, I'm not asking for your consent. Please just be quiet for a moment. Now then, let me introduce just one representative story of the tea ceremony. This is the story of when Teiko, who appeared in the first episode of the TV series Shogun, was invited as a guest to a tea ceremony while he was still healthy. Speaking of the Teiko, who only appeared briefly in Shogun, this is the man. Teiko is the much older husband of Ochiba, and also the father of the young boy Yaichio, who succeeded to the throne in place of his deceased father. Morning glories, which bloom only from morning until noon, were still a rare flower in Japan during the 16th century. Sen no Rikyu, Japan's foremost tea master, filled his garden with morning glories and tended them diligently each day. Word of these morning glories reached the Teiko's ears, and he expressed a desire to see them. So Rikyū invited the Teiko to a morning tea ceremony. On the appointed day, the Teiko emerged from Rikyū's waiting room, walked through the Roji garden, and headed toward the tea room. The ground of the Roji was leveled and covered with beautiful pebbles and sand. Yet nowhere could he find any morning glories, not even a trace of the flowers. Teiko was furious, exclaiming,
"So the rumors about the morning glories were lies."
Yet as soon as he entered Rikyū's tea room and saw the scene within, he broke into a broad smile. In the alcove at the center of the tea room stood a rare bronze vase crafted by an artist of China's Song dynasty, in which a single beautiful morning glory had been arranged. In other words, to ensure the Teiko, who was coming as a guest, would experience the most exquisite moment. Rikyū removed every morning glory he had cultivated from the garden and placed only the single most splendidly blooming flower among those he had picked in the tea room. The morning glories blooming across the entire garden may have presented a charming sight in their own way. Yet Rikyū deliberately sacrificed that beauty, concentrating all beauty into that single point, a single morning glory adorned in the tea room. He believed that to highlight the beauty of one flower, the existence of all others was not only unnecessary but rather a hindrance. Thus, by cutting away all the morning glories he had carefully cultivated, he sought to present the Teiko with the ultimate beauty and demonstrate his friendship. This was the story Sen no Rikyū crafted at that moment. It is said the Teiko, along with this story, then savored the cup of tea served afterward with great pleasure. The tea ceremony exists as an experience of savoring space, and the Japanese way of appreciating beauty lies in the joy of discovering hidden beauty. Even if the host successfully conceals beauty, if the guest being entertained does not truly understand how to appreciate beauty, the host's efforts to express beauty become futile. In essence, the tea ceremony is an intellectual treasure hunt where the guest uncovers the beauty hidden by the host.
Yeah, you could put it that way.
You've been looking like you want to say something for a while now. Surely you're not planning to complain about my flawless explanation?
No, that's not really it. I just felt that the way of tea, at least for me, is a little different from the meaning you gave it.
I see. Well then, if you feel confident you can offer a better interpretation than I can of what the way of tea means to Master Kusunoki, I'd be delighted to hear it.
The essence of the way of tea is, in short, Zen.
Zen?
Zen is how you speak with your own soul, and the way of tea is how you speak with someone else's. That's why the way of tea puts such painstaking care into creating the experience for a single cup. It's a way for the host to say, "This is how deeply I respect your very existence." And after showing each other the greatest respect their existence deserves, the guest drinks that supreme cup in a single breath. What remains then is nothing but their bare, unguarded souls. Which is why the words exchanged there are nothing less than the kind spoken only at the edge of death. The way of tea exists to draw out those true words of the soul.
So what you're saying is that precisely because the tea-making process is so arduous and troublesome, the true communication blossoms on top of it, right?
For example, the tea ceremony scenes in the TV series Shogun were like that too, right? That rough, hard-edged Buntaro poured all that time, care, and heart into making a single cup of tea for Mariko. And because of that, Mariko finally turned the blade of her true feelings toward her husband and whispered the voice of the soul she had been hiding deep within. Japan at the time was still under a feudal system, filled with the strict codes unique to the world of the samurai, which is why, outside the house, all eyes were on them, and Buntaro, as a husband, could do nothing but restrict the way Mariko lived. But at the very least, inside the home where no eyes intruded, he could have let her be free. Buntaro hid behind social rules and never faced Mariko with a bare heart. And that, I think, is exactly what she resented. And when the tea ceremony finally drew out Mariko's true voice, Buntaro wept, regretting that he hadn't tried to understand her much earlier.
That's all just Master Kusunoki's personal impression, right?
Here's what I want to suggest to everyone living in the 21st century. You don't need Japanese tea at all. Coffee, black tea, anything works. What matters is creating the experience with the spirit of the way of tea, hosting someone with intention. Even once or twice a year is enough. I just hope you'll make space in your life to share a conversation of the soul with someone who truly matters to you. If you do that, you won't have to wait until the edge of death to live without regrets. And you might just find your life becoming richer than it is now is.
In short, what you're saying is that if you go to the trouble of brewing tea for someone important to you, even if it seems like a hassle, you can have the best conversation possible, one that transcends everyday life.
That's right.
And you're saying we should incorporate it into our life as a regular habit, right?
Exactly.
But, Master Kusunoki, you yourself have never once prepared tea for me, your supposed important partner, have you?
But Sukaroku, you're a machine, aren't you? You're always saying electricity is your favorite thing in the world. And you're a time machine, so do you even drink tea?
Have you forgotten I can transform into anything? Of course, I can transform into any living creature. I could even transform into your future wife if I wanted to. Didn't you say that the way of tea is an occasion to show respect to others, and its essential purpose is to foster an exchange of souls?
But you don't have a soul installed in you, right?
In other words, I'm not an important existence to Master Kusunoki, right?
Fine, you're persistent. But I don't have any tea utensils on hand. Will coffee do?
Rather, I prefer coffee over Japanese tea. Sukaroku's imagination. At this time, I was convinced that Master Kusunoki would show me respect by carefully brewing coffee using a siphon and other elaborate methods. But Kusunoki slacked off.
Here you go. Enjoy.
I don't sense a shred of respect.
So,
what?
where can I go to meet Hiroyuki Sanada?
Do you think I'd tell you after being treated like this? This is all for today's SAMURAIMAN's journal. Persons interested in SAMURAIMAN's journey to a happy life and thinking, I want to travel with him, too, are welcome to click this comment button and subscribe to the channel. Well, see you again in the next video.